Hello, Manoj, are you still outside or
Yeah, I'm outside actually.
okay, okay. He got a call just now, Yogesh ji. Had some was receiving this call. I think he will join soon. Ah, he joined. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Hey, Manoj.
We can wait. No.
No, no, he joined. Yes.
Or he will come later or what?
Yeah, let's ask guys if anybody is joining.
I'm just parking my car.
Manoj ji, this time you should hire a chauffeur already.
Which one?
You should hire a chauffeur to drive you around.
Oh,
Yogesh ji, there was one thing that I was thinking about. Uh,
Hmm.
how about like we have been using this Jupyter notebook for a very long time, right? And
Hmm.
since the requirement of data analysis and its visualization and juggling with these the different sessions like Spark session, R session, and the other things like this big data file system like HDFS also.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
Jupyter Notebook, it's very overwhelming for the Jupyter Notebook sometimes. So I was
Hmm.
looking and I found that Zeppelin is also very getting famous these
Same,
days.
same. Similar. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it has this notebook kind of interface, so it is very well known to others as well. So it is
Yeah.
easy to move, like migrate from this technology to that. So there's
Hmm.
just one thing I wanted to know: is it like worth investing time in learning Zeppelin? I mean, ha- in the industrial setup, have you heard about it? Like, is it that popular?
No, it is popular. See, there are many options, where you write a code and execute, right? So
Huh.
Zeppelin is one way,
VS
Jupyter
Code,
Notebook is another way, Databricks is another way.
uh,
Even the IDE like
VS
PyCharm,
PyCharm, yes.
IntelliJ, or
Uh,
VS Code. These are different ways, you know.
uh-huh.
So it is up. See, you can choose which one is easy for you or comfortable because your focus is on the main programming or the code, right?
Uh,
Rather than how you interact. The only benefit of that notebook approach, like a Jupyter notebook or Zeppelin, you
mm,
just run the cell and you will get an output quickly. It's very interactive, right?
mm,
That is the
mm,
reason. So it's in development. It is quite easy for many people to quickly run small one commands.
mm.
That was the only benefit. So I would say don't focus more on the options. Choose one which you want.
Okay.
Then you can do your thing. I mean, better that
Okay.
way.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because in the development, right, what we
Mm,
generally do, we run through all the cells, check development, everything. And
mm,
once we see, okay, everything looks good, start to end, we just
mm.
put all commands together into the file called .py, right? And that
Uh-huh.
you will execute later on the cluster, something like that, or notebook also.
And if we are writing this code in the Jupyter notebook, we do not think in terms of parallelization and all. So when you, as a professional, when you write these codes, so even from the start, do you think about parallelization of this code, like in this context, or is it done
You
something?
never got to think, because it all depends. See, you have your code,
Uh,
whatever this parallelization, everything now, it is all taken care by the cluster. Say, if you have a cluster with 10 machines, correct?
yes.
So when you execute code, automatically that cluster Spark will take care of those things. You don't have to mention. If you want to control manually, there are some options like how many partitions you want to write and like that.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes, say example, you have five machines,
Mm-hmm.
and you say partition in 10 partitions, right? So each
Mm.
machine will get two
Two parties.
partitions, otherwise,
Yes.
correct? But
O-
mostly this parallelization, as a developer, we don't think about that. Our focus is only on the logic, and then rest of the things, right, like a parallelism and all everything, it is taken care by the cluster. So
Okay.
if you have a cluster
Do
with
they
Mhm.
do the customer or do the team lead or whosoever leads the team of data science or your team, maybe you
Mhm.
must have some boss, right? So do
Mhm.
they like have these parameter check, like, okay, so this parallelization is also complete, and this is like in a cluster, we, because of course you are getting billed by the cloud services, so are we
Mhm.
utilizing it properly or not? Because sometimes it may happen, no, the code, the execution of code may be such that there are racing conditions, and you have written the code such that there cannot be inherently you could not use the parallelization, the power of parallelization. So there is serialization going on, and you execute one step after the other. So the power of this cluster computing is not harnessed completely. So is there any parameter that mm, they
Mhm.
check in the professional setting, the industrial setting?
Mhm. No, in
Is
general, mostly they don't check the how much parallelism they want. They
uh-huh,
just see how many machines I need, like cost wise, right? See, if
uh-huh.
you provision a cluster with the multiple machines, let me show you on my screen and I'll show you the cluster so you will know exactly as I'm
Okay,
talking now.
okay.
Share screen, just checking entire screen. Okay, share. Uh, do you see a Databricks page? Let me know when you
Yes,
guys
yes,
see.
mate, I do it now. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm
Yes.
just saying, no, see, this is one cluster I created,
Mm-hmm.
but let me just say, see, when you create a cluster, right, this is a community edition actually. Okay. Otherwise, it will give you option. Okay. Like what is the mode? If you want to do like only for yourself or in shared mode. See, in a
Mm-hmm.
team, you can create a cluster and
Mm-hmm.
then that can be used by all the team members, right, in a group. Then
Okay.
second, you can select driver's machine configuration, like how many cores or memory you want to have, and the
Mm.
same worker also. And also you can say how many workers you want. Is it fixed, say 10, or if you want to do auto scaling, say 1 to 3, like that, or 1 to 10, but
Okay.
minimum is 2, example, है ना? Say 2 to
Okay.
10 and minimum is 2. So
Okay.
depends on the workload, automatically it will scale up and add automatic more workers, likewise.
Okay.
Since
Okay.
it's a community edition, there are no options here to choose different features in order to create a cluster. It just gives one machine cluster, that's it. But
Mm-hmm.
if you have a enterprise edition, right, normal we have in office in work, so
Mm-hmm.
it has all the options. You can choose your cluster, how should it look like,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can create a cluster, you can edit a cluster, I mean, if you have the permission. Then if you see the cluster is just now see, cluster is nothing but the virtual machines, correct?
Correct.
Databricks is what? It is a framework. What it does, see, in the data, now you it does the computation, right? On what? The data. So
Mm-hmm.
my data is in my Azure storage account, right? Or maybe AWS S3 or GCP, whatever storage account. It will remain there. So when I use the Azure service called Databricks, it is called as Azure Databricks. है ना?
Yes.
So what does it mean? When I create a cluster, whatever I'm saying, right? Provision a cluster of five machines, which is one driver and four worker nodes, correct? So
Mm-hmm.
all these machines are nothing but virtual machines, and those are created under the Azure account, which is your account. So whatever the usage you do, you will be charged for that.
By Azure. Yes. Okay.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So the computing, whatever machines you are saying, right, it will be on your side actually,
Mm-hmm.
account. So
Mm-hmm.
see, there are two panes actually. They call it as control pane and the data pane. Okay. In the control pane, it Databricks manages all this UI, notebooks, coordination, everything like this.
Mm-hmm.
The data means whatever your data and this your whatever account you are using.
Mm-hmm.
So that account is bearing the cost of all those computing virtual machines or the data where you are residing, having your data. So those are yours only.
Mm-hmm.
So in general now, I mean, I'm just trying to put few things now in different dots. Huh? And later we can again put together
Yes.
also.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So if you see a Databricks now, they change the UI. I don't know why. Every day or often they change. So
Uh,
you have a workspace, okay?
okay.
And I think I don't see if you have an enterprise edition, right? You will see a number of workspace if you are having access to. Okay. So now I have one workspace. So under your workspace, then you can see you have your account. But if I'm working in my office, right, I will have one shared, also different users. What I mean was, see, if I want to create a notebook and that can be useful for others and everybody should be able to see it, then I can put a notebook in shared folder here. So everyone who has access to this workspace will be able to see it, access it like that. So example, in the workspace, I can say create a notebook, right?
Mm. Okay.
So like say you can notebook one, and see notebook is the one you write commands with whatever command. Now the default the notebook supports Databricks. Now notebook supports different languages. You see Python, SQL, Scala, and R. So you can choose at a notebook level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want specific thing to be run in different language, then you can choose like a SQL, enter. So not this one, uh,
Percent.
magic command. So
Uh,
this cell will be executed as a SQL command. So if I want to say like example, create table EMP, okay, I'm just creating like this table EMP. Say ID is int and name is string, right? Simple command.
mm.
Now, in order to execute this, I need a computing, right? Where is
Mm-hmm.
my compute? The cluster I created. So I have to choose a cluster from here. So I'm attaching my notebook to a cluster.
Okay.
Okay. And then
Okay.
I'm like, I can say shift enter, it's a shortcut key, or run. This is only one command here. Oh yeah, run cell, right? Run this cell. So if I
Mm.
run, it will run and create a table. Now it is running and it is using this cluster computing actually, right?
Okay. So this table will be created in its memory, the cache memory or the RAM, wherever
No,
it
it will
was.
be now the Delta table is created. Now Databricks came up with lot many features, huh? Delta Lake and all. But if I tell you a lot of things now, it will be too
Okay.
much confusing. I'm trying to avoid those terms now. So now
Okay.
it will create a table, but the table data will be residing on your storage account itself.
Okay. Like Azure Databricks or AWS Databricks, like that.
Whatever. Yes, yes, yes. Now if I have to see, I can go to catalog. Okay, it's not going. Okay, fine. In the catalog, I see a default database and I created a table called employee here.
Mm-hmm. I see.
So there's a new concept called catalog from the security or governance point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And now default database is there because I haven't created a new database, right? So if I don't give a database name, it will create a default and table is here. And
Mm.
I can also just see the details from here. So if I say escape B, add below command, and then describe EMP extended. So it will show me the its metadata. So this columns created, when accessed, you know, everything. And
Mm.
now where it is located. See, this is the location where the files are saved for this table. Okay.
Okay.
And this location I can access dbutils.fs.list. This is like now I'm using the Python. Huh? See, I haven't given SQL because I want to use Python commands. The
Mm-hmm.
notebook's default is Python, so it should work. Here, there is nothing actually because it's just an empty table. But say
Mm.
if I had,
Oh yeah, insert
yeah,
spell. Okay.
yeah, this is a SQL command, right? So I put SQL
Uh-huh.
and this one. And now it should have created one data file. One data file is created. So it creates, no, this is a delta table which creates Parquet files as a data files, and there
Mm.
is a delta log also. So that's a very different concept. Huh? Delta log is the one, so you will see the history of the table. So example, again I'm running this query. Huh?
Okay, with timestamp or what changes were made when the data was
Exactly,
okay.
full history. Suppose if I delete something or if I drop a table, if I update
Mm.
something and oh I realize oh something I did mess up, right? And you can
Mm.
always go back to see now if I query SQL, right? If I query this table EMP, right? It
Mm.
has two records, right? One and then second.
Mm.
And now,
So it is like a spawn point it creates using the data log where
correct.
we
And
can
now
see.
if I have to say history, uh, describe history or what? History EMP. So now it will show me the history of the table. See the create table version 0, right? I created
Mm.
one record, one then first version, then second version. So if I have to go check what was in my version, right? Select start from EMP at version 1. This is a syntax, or you can also give as a timestamp as of, likewise also you can give. So you will get to know, okay, at version 1, the data was like this. Say
Mm.
if I did a update mistakenly, which I don't want, and then I can always check the previous stage, and then I can always roll back and everything I can do. So this is a
Okay.
new feature they added on Delta table recently. This is just
Yeah,
one of the
it's
features.
a new feature in like Databricks because I think I must
Databricks.
have read this in the big data subject also, and we had a
Yeah.
question also in the exam also regarding this
So it
flag.
has a lake house. It has a lake house. You know, right? Data warehouse and data lake. Do you know these two things?
I know about them.
Okay.
I have seen
One
data warehouse, but I did not use a data lake as such. Like I don't know if I've used
Let's
it.
find something. Huh? Let's see if I am able to do something. So if you take that training, right, associate,
Hmm.
uh, one sec. You see, I'm trying to write something. Let's see if it works. See,
I can see the whiteboard. Yes,
yes. So you
warehouse.
know warehouse and you know data lake, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think it's so okay. So warehouse, you know, right? It's like a traditional RDBMS, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And it supports the acid properties, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Right? But it
Yes.
doesn't support the huge data. It also doesn't support the unstructured, semi-structured data. It has
That
to be
is for data
structured
lake.
data. So it has some plus and it has minus. Mostly it's for used for the BI and stuff, correct? But on
Yes,
the
yes.
other hand,
Which has a
it,
inherent schema to it, if I'm not wrong.
exactly, schema is required for that, right?
Okay.
But in the data lake, it is like having all types of data, whatever
Image
huge data,
also, tabular
it
data
works
also.
everything, but you cannot modify because it doesn't support acid properties, correct?
Yes,
So there are
yes,
some limitations, and
yes.
this is mostly used for the data science. But so what Databricks came up with a combination of these two, okay,
Mm-hmm.
called as mm,
Lake house.
lake house actually. So lake house brings benefits of both. So it creates a delta table on your this thing, right, layer,
Mm-hmm.
and then it will be acid properties, so you can do all updates, everything. It's all
Mm-hmm.
consistent. You can also save data in the raw format, unstructured. So benefit of all is it's given by the Databricks, this lake house concept. Very
Okay.
very high level, huh?
Okay.
Yeah. But if you this that course, right, for this certification called associate, na, Databricks data engineer associate.
Mm-hmm.
The trainer gives you a background and also explain the details, about this. It's only hardly 10 to 15 minutes, but I think it is more useful what exactly it is, that way. But I
Okay.
just gave you very high level to
Uh-huh.
understand.
Okay.
So yeah, but this is how the data bricks, see, if you see, you are writing a Spark code. I mean, I can also run the same, so I know the path, right?
Hmm.
Now, okay, here, right?
DBFS Hive. Yes. Yes.
Correct. So now I can write a Spark code, right? Data frame. So Spark dot read dot format. By default, it's delta, which is I can omit also, and
Mm-hmm.
then load, and then I'm saying df dot display, right? So now I'm using Python to read the data for this table, okay? And this is I'm able to view, read, and everything, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, you can also then do a lot of things right here. So now you can say, let me add a df df2 equal to df dot with column, okay? And say column name is, I'm just creating a new column. I'm just showing the few things how to write a Spark code like this.
Sure.
So is it dot call? So I'm just saying, let me import a function first from PySpark.sql, import functions as PSF as a shorthand. And then
Okay.
I'm saying PSF column, whatever the value of ID is increased by one, and name it as new ID.
Okay.
Something like this.
Okay.
Or and then I say df2 dot display. So this is how you write code and create a data frame and all those things. Now new ID, and I can store this also back to the disk also. I mean,
Uh,
I can
yeah,
write back.
we have to collect.
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of things you can do. So this way, so you are
Mm-hmm.
writing in cell and you are testing and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is how you do, right? Repo. Let me do one thing. Let me do one thing.
Even the GitHub repo.
I have GitHub, but check if I remember the password or
Yeah, there are two FA also, no, these days. That is also very time taking.
yeah. I doubt. Okay, I forgot.
Yeah, it takes time.
Verify. Use the arrows to rotate subject to face the direction of the hand. Okay. Yeah. Submit. Send the password by email. Okay, let's see. Okay, now so let's create a new repo. What do you think? Right? Let's try it. New repo. Let's say demo one something. Already there. Okay, two. Fine. Next. So let's say public is fine. Add a readme file just to be there something, and then create this repository. Right? Let's
You
see
have
this
this
one.
Azure pipelines like Grant. How did you get that? I don't have it.
I think I searched there and because I was trying to implement my use case and set up in my Azure pipelines.
So you
Let me
get
check. Yeah, 1 second. Where is that? 1 second. Demo 2, right?
yeah here in the
Repository.
yeah here grant your marketplace apps access to this repo.
I think I searched in the marketplace and subscribed for this too.
Okay, the GitHub marketplace you say?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember now, but I can have to check. But that way, I was trying to connect to my Azure pipeline that
Mm,
time.
understood, understood.
Okay, so now let me go back. Where is demo to? Yeah, something like this right here. Oh, before that, I have to get the token, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think here. Um, organization support.
Repo you can get, no?
Not repo. Somewhere I remember there is a development. I just want to take a token, but I forgot. Settings actually, yeah, settings, and then you go to developer settings, okay,
Okay.
and do the Git integration with the Databricks, huh, actually.
Okay. Personalized
So
token.
yeah, let me go here, okay. So first of all, where is GitHub here, right? So let me create token. I will copy classic token, generate a new token. So token name is demo2 token something. And yeah, public read only, whatever it is. I don't change anything now. So generate token. This is my token, okay? I'll copy now, but maybe let me store it my notepad because I want to access this repo.
You want to access a file and then get it.
Yeah, I'm just doing creating a I'm setting up this one demo2, right? Demo2 here. Okay, first of all, I'll go here. Okay. Mm, in this one, there's no repo. They change the, I think in this case, they don't have a repo or what? There's a Git integration here actually. I don't see the, I think they removed it or what? Yeah, I'm trying to see there is an option repo here. So you can literally clone your repo in Databricks. Now to make it connect right, you need that token. So I don't
Yes.
see an option here, but yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see that option in repo. Probably doesn't support this or what? Because I don't see the option here repository. Generally, it's in the workspace.
Mm.
Shared. Let's say create. No, the repository is not coming here, unfortunately. That when they're trying to show you, like it will show the
Can we
Git.
Like
can we
in
download
cell, we can
can
import
no
GitHub, then do it. Like,
can we download that file from GitHub and then import it here,
Yeah,
upload
we
it?
can do, but in general, no. In general, like this is community edition, so I have a
uh,
limitation. But that is like a manual task, right? You don't want to do an actual scenario. So you will
mm,
have the option here, repo here.
mm, mhm.
And then you can just click on repo and say clone the repo or create a new repository, likewise.
Okay.
Okay. And then it will ask you to connect and you use that token, it will connect. That was, I was trying to show you, but it is not, that option is not here.
So probably when you use it in office in your professional
Yeah,
enterprise.
because it's an enterprise. I
Mm,
believe it was there, but I hardly used community because I had an access directly right there. So,
mhm,
but nonetheless, so that is one aspect I was trying to show you is that you have your repository wherever you have either GitHub or Azure DevOps, wherever you can
mhm,
clone it here and add a notebook, everything you can do right here in your
mm,
workspace. You can clone the notebook and create a new notebook, everything you can do, and then push the changes. So your changes, new notebooks will be added to the repo. It's like a
okay.
streamline. In fact, there's another thing, right? Where is the my workspace? I created a notebook now, right? Sometime I created a notebook.
In the
Okay.
shared one, yes.
Yeah, compute. Yeah, it's a compute cluster. It shows me the notebook, right? See the notebook I created attached one. So it's there. So you can also see the notebook now, all the versions. Like there's only one version now. But if you
Mm,
keep on making many changes, it will automatically after some time keep on adding these. It stores the versions. At any point of time you want to go back to any previous, you can go back from here. It's
mm,
like the GitHub like, but it has a limitations because you cannot work multiple people right that way. So
right.
GitHub repository is a good option to work in a team. Notebook features are here actually. And cluster I was showing you, right? Cluster. So you
Mhm,
can create a cluster and it will show you by default it has only 2 cores and only 15 GB memory. But
mm,
if you get a upgrade, if you upgrade, then you will have a lot many options. So upgrade your Databricks subscription, then you will have unlimited options. So you can choose the Databricks runtime version, what you want, because you have to be very specific, right, for your application, which one you are supporting as per your code and all, or the agreement. And then you can select the details like what driver node, worker nodes, and then you create a cluster. And there is also option called workflows, means it's like a jobs. Oh, you need again this one. So just to give like workflows is nothing but jobs. You can create
automated job.
jobs, schedule, add a retry, notifications, lot many things you can do.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see if I upgrade because my trial is already done. This time, this trial is already done. Let it use my original one. Use your existing continue to account. Only I have already used. Yeah, already I have a Azure account used. I'm trying to access that one. Oh, login. Okay. Let me see. If I'm able to upgrade and I can show you. Let me see that. Okay. Code is sent. 8DY 9DP. 8DY 9DP. Select your T-Money account. Okay, which account? I want to see the Azure account. We are not a member of the workspace yet. Switch account, find. Let me see this account. You're using the database community edition upgrade for unlimited cluster. Okay, let me see. Okay.
Is it easy to cancel the subscription if you upgrade once?
Yeah, yeah, it's easy. You have to go on Azure and you can cancel.
Okay.
You know, Azure then is the same thing. 8LLMY7.
No, but I
8LLMY7.
kind of developed a phobia from these because in the initial years, when I was starting to learn, I got charged like 4,000, 5,000 rupees for not canceling the S3 instance or the EC2 instance in the AWS and Databricks,
Oh.
and I did not pay up. I used some. They do ask a card like credit card, so I used a gift card number to sign up for it, and it was
Hmm.
all paid out. Like it was exhausted, so they could not charge me anything, but they banned me forever.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying why it is not showing me Azure thing. I could show you 3FT
FAG.
FEG. 3FT FEG. No, it is taking me. This is, I think, AWS. I haven't used this AWS. This is AWS actually. I'm
Hmm.
trying to go on Azure. Let me do like this. Let's check here. Okay, but if I do this, if I upgrade also, it is not allowing me to use Azure actually.
Okay.
Yeah, again it is signing, but do one thing. Let me do one thing. Azure sign in. See, Databricks is one service your cloud provider provides, right? Like
Yes.
Azure.
Hmm.
So if I go to portal, I'll go to the Azure portal now. I mean, of course, you can your own thing. From here, I will launch the Databricks. Huh? See, I'm now in my Azure, right?
Hmm.
And now I will launch like Azure Databricks, this one. Okay. So now I will create a Azure Databricks service from here. Okay. Subscription is this. Fine. Let's see. Resource group. Okay. Test resource group. Create a new. Okay. Test resource group. Workspace name. Demo. Workspace. Now there are premium. I don't know what resource standard. Anyways, let's see. Review and create. It's creating a Databricks workspace for me on Azure, and I can access now. I'll go from here.
Okay, so you can now go to Databricks and access this.
Yeah. I can access from Databricks from here only. See, Databricks is just one service Azure provides. Correct?
Okay. Okay.
So let's take that like Azure has many competing services like virtual machine and all, and
Hmm.
it also provides Azure Databricks. So similarly, I think you might get to Databricks from AWS also. But now For some reason, for me, the default, if I try to go, it is taking me to the AWS. So what I
Hmm.
did was I'm in the Azure portal, and now I'm creating an instance of Azure Databricks workspace, and I'm going to access it from here. So it will take me to Azure, and then I will show you a few things.
Okay.
This is I was trying to show you. So now if I do anything right, so all the charges will be on my subscription in Azure. If I create a big cluster and do some heavy processing, every whatever any charges, it will be
Hmm.
added into my subscription. So we
And
have to be
when
careful when we create a compute or anything actually.
okay,
And
so
make
it
sure.
doesn't charge you to created ADS, but when you use it above a
Hmm.
threshold, it
Yeah.
charges above a threshold.
No, no,
Otherwise,
no, not threshold. Depends on what you are trying. See, if you just start a cluster, na, small
uh,
cluster also. So
okay,
whatever the virtual machines I'm configuring or selecting the configuration for,
okay,
so whatever the charges for that machines, it will charge me
right from the beginning.
right from the beginning because my trial is expired. Na, initially the trial
Uh,
period was there. So now
okay,
I'm not even using the trial period. Now if you see the subscription also, it is like some pay as you go subscription, right? Not a trial
okay,
subscription.
understood, understood. So how to avoid that? So I should like delete the AWS account also because I will be under subscription like trial period only.
No, always the any cloud if you use, right, keep on deleting the things as soon as you are done. So otherwise, now if you forget, now it will keep on increasing the charges, right?
Okay, yeah, that happened to me. I know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, see, it's deployed done. Go to resource, launch the workspace. Now it will launch this Azure workspace for me now. Okay, this is how it looks, and then first is to Opacity workspace. Demo workspace. This is my workspace I created.
Hmm.
Let me see you where why it is not showing me repos here. You know, like these options are not here. Now let's try this. Huh? If I do repos, right?
Create a repo.
I'll
Okay.
go to settings. I will do the Git integration. Let's say Git. No, it is not showing me Git here. There is a Git integration is there. Notification advanced linked accounts. See Git provider. Okay. So now my email and token which I created some time back.
Yeah.
Git provider is GitHub, not Azure DevOps. So personal access token, email ID, and token. Now it will connect. Okay, this is successfully connected.
Okay.
Go to this, and then
And this token is mapped with that demo repo that you created.
correct, correct.
Okay.
Repo, create folder, copy URL. Uh, no, something is different here. I'm trying to find a import. Create a repo here or go to the we can now create a git folders here outside the post folder and you are using go to home folder and create a git folder. I can create a folders, okay, but I'm trying to find out the option to import the repo actually which I already have. Okay, here it is, add repo, and then Where is this one? Here, right? So
Mm.
code, I will just use clone URL. So this is a demo 2 which we just created, right? Repo here. I will
Mm.
just say create this, I mean, importing this repo or creating this here. So I can see here. I mean, then of course you can always work on this repo, right? Demo. You can create notebooks, anything here, right?
Mm.
And branch, let's say you are here. Let's say create a branch, right? Develop branch based on main.
Mm.
So now I'm in develop branch. Okay. Now I what? Please go through credential. You have
And
entered
the
the correct.
credential was not given for any other branch, I guess.
Okay. Token is expired, not given. Something. Okay. Some limitations there. Let me do one more thing here. Create token. So demo token. Expire this. Oh, repo actually. This is something I should give access, right? And now we generate token. Oh, tokens. This is a token. Okay, I will go back. Cancel. Okay, think I have to go back here. Oh, accounts, right? Linked accounts. I will just edit. New token I will add here now.
Okay.
And then what I did was back to repo, demo, and then I'll try to create. I hope it will give now. Create a branch, develop. Let's see. So now you are on develop branch, right? Full,
Mm.
there is nothing. It's okay. You can close. Can close. Then you can say in this demo you add say example notebook, right?
Yeah.
So you can do your development here, right? Notebook one, whatever your changes you can do over here, like we did right here. Select
Mm.
start from EMP. We have this EMP table. I think now we have to attach it to the cluster.
Mr. Yes. Okay.
Compute. Oh, here we
That
don't have
was,
compute. Oh, we
yeah.
created in the different account, right? So see, if
Yes.
you see the compute, you see
Uh,
multi-node or single node. So if I want a single node for development, I can use it like this. But if I
uh,
have a
the
team,
community
and
edition was
if
not
I want to
having
create a multi-node cluster, also I can create like this.
that. Okay.
You see here the which runtime version I want to have all the latest. Then photon acceleration for the performance. So worker type, you can choose machine from these configurations. So depending upon what kind of work you want to do, correct? You see it's very high configurations also, right? This is just one machine, huh? This is just one machine. And you can again say do the auto scaling minimum
Mm.
two and increase like this. So you can do those things. So it will show you the selection, and then automatically if you are not using a cluster, it will automatically uh, delete the cluster, say 20 minutes. You can choose the time over here, and then just say create cluster, and then it will create a cluster. Same thing, but if you have this mm, subscription, right, like Azure
Mm.
or whatever.
Hmm.
So these machines will be created in my Azure account.
Understood.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this is how I was trying to. I didn't understand. I think Ishita or Itisha's question,
Pratisha,
but
yeah.
yeah, but Databricks is just one service, right? I was telling you, right? When I came here, I was in portal, and in the portal, this is one of the service, right?
Hmm. It's
Then
like a plugin or an app that you use.
exactly, because Databricks is completely different provider, something it provides framework and it supports all the cloud provider like AWS,
Hmm.
Azure or GCP likewise. And then whatever, so what I can do here now, see, I might have a storage account. I mean, initially when I did a use case, what I did, I created a storage account here. Okay. I
Hmm.
stored all the data over there. So storage account. Yeah. So I created storage account here. See, you see, as soon as I created Databricks, it also created a temporary storage account for itself because of the notebooks and everything. It has to store somewhere, right? So it created
A
a
staging
temporary for
area.
me. But this cost will be added to my subscription. And then if I want to process some data, right? I might
Hmm.
create some new storage account and I'll keep all my data there, correct? And
Hmm.
then I will create a mount point, okay, mount point, and then I will be able to access the data from the notebook, and the data is where it is in my Azure storage account, correct? So I
Correct.
will be able to access it from here, and then I can write a code in the notebook and do the processing, save it back to the another container or folder somewhere in the Azure storage location. It
Okay.
is very easy likewise.
Okay. There are
But
many
just want
moving
to
components. Once you're okay, like you have used it a few times, then you get a hang of it.
yeah,
But
yeah,
in
yeah.
the
It's very easy, but initially, it looks like where should I start and all, right?
uh,
So the best way is the training links I have given, right? Go through them. So there are
mm-hmm.
two, three benefits. You will understand the Spark architecture and how it works and all. That is also
Yes.
important. Then it shows you the different. They explain every aspect of this one. So I just explain you now the compute and all, right? So the trainer explains each and every aspect over here. And then
Mm-hmm.
workflows is also a job, right? So example, if I create a work job, now see, now I have permission, right? So I can create a job. I can give a name as, say, example, any job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Job one. I can create a task called is okay, task one, like temporary, right? Now in the task, what I want to do, I want to execute a notebook. Okay, select a notebook from the list or a Python script or anything, right? So select
Mm-hmm.
a notebook. Now the notebook is present where in the workspace, okay? And what is the path of the notebook? So it is in my shared, I guess. Where did I? In the repo, demo,
Report demo
demo
two.
two, notebook one, right? And
Right.
use the cluster. Now, if it is job, you can create a job cluster. Now you can choose the configuration or you can use the interactive cluster if you already have one. I haven't created any cluster yet because it will keep on adding unnecessary cost, right? But if you have created a cluster or you want to just say a job cluster of this configuration, automatically it will create. Okay, automatically it will create the cluster and run the notebook. You might
Okay.
have number of tasks, right? You can
Mm.
do so. You can add the libraries, you can add the parameters, because your notebook might be doing something dynamically and it expects the parameter to be passed. You can add it here, and then you can say create cluster task here likewise. And then you can also create another task, example, uh, another task of a notebook, and you can also like
Oh,
create a
nice.
chain also, right? So
Yeah,
depends
it's a
on your
tab.
requirement. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes example task 2, right?
Mm.
Let me do the same thing. So now this task 2 is created and depends on the completion of the task 1, correct? And now I'm saying another task 3, and it is dependent on task 1 and task 2 both. See,
Acha, okay.
So you if you know what exactly you want to achieve, right? And then
Mhm.
I'm not going to run it, so just some dummy. But you see, this job is created like this. So my task one will be executed, then task two be executed, but task three it will only be executed only after task one and two, because this is you can configure accordingly.
Understood,
So the
yes.
libraries, if you know that your mm, particular task has a notebook which has a code which is expecting some specific libraries, you can also add libraries also.
So
And
in
then,
the notebook also we used to import, no? That we
yeah,
cannot
but
do.
you can import exactly, but you have to have a node the library installed, right, in order to import. I mean,
Okay.
you have to install it, right, first.
Yeah, the pip install. Okay, okay, understood.
Exactly. See, the cluster is brand new. There is nothing. Okay.
Uh,
So when you say create new cluster, then install these libraries, because I'm importing these libraries in the notebooks in one of the tasks. Correct.
hmm.
That way. And then you can run by which owner permissions you can do. You can create it. You can create a schedule. Okay. And
Hmm.
it will show you the parameters. Huh? Once you run it, it will show the details. And also you can say notifications to be sent out on a failure or anything. You can do those. So destination, email address, example, on
Oh,
start success.
yeah.
Okay, send
Hmm.
me like this. So you can do lot many things, huh? So this
Hmm.
way you can create a job. And job, as I said, it's not only notebook, huh? You can have a Python script, because you might have your build, na? See, you have a repository, right? Your code base repo. You might
Uh,
deploy in one folder somewhere here in workspace, correct?
uh,
You
uh,
might have Python scripts, not notebooks also, correct?
yes.
At that time, you might say like, okay, works. This is workflow, right? So you can say a task instead of a notebook. You can say a Python script and just tell you the task name, and then from the workspace, select the script which we want to execute as part of the task.
Hmm.
Yeah. So these lot many things you can do. And compute, as I said, does discard changes. Compute is only for the cluster. You can create cluster. Job runs, once it is done, you can see the jobs run, you can see the logs and everything. See, this is machine learning persona. You can see all the things related to machine learning. Okay, task, everything. And catalog is the one which is like for the governance actually. Okay.
Can I
So
not use the machine learning here? It is written separately, but if my notebook per se, my notebook has these algorithms or functions that can use a regression classification, for example, just a simple
mhm.
regression. So if I write that notebook in that workspace, can I not use the machine learning there? Like,
Yeah,
do I have to?
actually you can take the advantage of existing this one. So in my previous assignment, they had these models. We used to consume models, or they used to build the models.
Hmm.
Whatever the training experiments, it will just take care of everything.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, I haven't used this much, but yes, we used to see the which model, which experiment, everything you can do from here. You
Okay.
might want to build a model on a train data set, but to train it, you want a cluster, right? Or you want to schedule it or something like this also you can do
Uh, uh,
and deploy the new model. So those things you can do, and then you can create another uh, build which can have a code, and that is referring the model here, right? And the data you might have in some kind of a storage account. So that is how you build an application, right? You
okay,
have the
so here
model,
we can
you have the
save a
data.
model like a YAML file or a PT file like that. Is it?
No, no, I mean, I'm saying machine learning model.
Uh-huh. A
Yeah.
machine learning model with the weights which we export from a trained
Yeah, yeah.
model.
Finally, you have the model file, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that you can. So this will give you all the features, options for the machine learning related.
Okay.
But I think I haven't used much this one. Probably
And
some kind of a Udemy or some kind of a training you can go through that will give
mhm,
you the better idea. But I know this is used. We accessed it, but not like build something or did on our own.
okay.
Yeah.
And what is happening right now? I mean, like it is trying to create a Hive meta store, but Hive we have not installed right now.
No, by default it comes with this one, Hive Meta Store. See, if you
Like
create a
Spark
table,
and Hive is
right?
by default.
Yeah, by
Okay.
default it's there. So if you create a table and it will store the metadata into the Hive Meta Store and the files. But if I want create a specific database called DB1 in this
Mm-hmm.
particular location, it will also you can create that one, and accordingly it will create the files under that database. So this
Okay.
catalog is just to, I don't have anything here because I don't have a compute, nothing is there, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So you can create a catalog. Under the catalog, you will have the databases, and under the database, you have all the objects like views, tables, those things. And then you can do the granular level control. This catalog is also very important. In interview related to Databricks, definitely they will ask what is catalog and why would you use, what are the benefits, like this. Because this
Getting
is very
getting.
security point of view, right?
Uh-huh.
If you want to give access to whom, what kind of access, row level, column level, lot many access are it will take care. And
Oh
this is a
God.
single place for everything, huh? Single place for everything. It's not like that. Uh, everyone has the same interface actually. So it's like a unified interface, you can say. So if you go through that Udemy training, right, he will
Mm,
explain better way actually completely in detail what exactly is all the components, huh? Workflows, compute, catalog. Catalog is very important because this is recently they added. Otherwise, rest is workspace. You can have create a notebook, folder. It's very easy. But
this
yes,
is
you have to use it. Huh? You have to use it
Yeah, this is
properly.
getting very heavy actually because we started from Databricks, like Azure Databricks service. Then we added a GitHub repo. Then we checked out. What did we check out next? How can we create this jobs? Now this
These
catalog
are,
thing.
yeah, many
This
things. Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not going in detail. I'm just giving very
uh,
high level. So
of
first
course
go
that
through that
once the workflow
training.
is
Hmm. Say again.
once the workflow is thorough, like we know which steps we need to take after that, and also these terms when you say this catalog, okay, when we
Hmm.
say about this notebook, okay, when we say about Azure, okay. So
Hmm.
once we are accustomed to these terms, we
Hmm.
have a picture in our mind that okay, if you're
Correct,
talking
correct.
about this, then that interface will be coming.
Correct. I know. See, initially, if you are very beginner now, you might feel like it's confusion. You might feel like, oh, it is not clear.
Mm,
So the best way to go through that course, they will give a quite good background. They have a different example. They will show you some runtime. Rather than
mm,
me doing, they have already a planned one, right? So and maybe we can always in the next connect now we can always discuss the concepts, anything which is not understood or anything now we can always discuss. But that
mm,
I think that course is very well planned. I think that is the best way to start without any confusion. So you will know what is Spark, its architecture, what is data frame, what are the transformation, right, those kind of things.
mm,
And then Databricks is the only platform where it is allowing you to run your Spark code, your Python or PySpark code. So you have your data, you have your code. It is just giving you the framework, right?
mm.
So you create your notebooks or these things and access your data, run your code. It is create a job. So it just gives you, options to do these things easily. Proper GUI, but
Hmm.
it has a cost associated with, yes.
So now the very like most important part, if you are going to log out in a few minutes, then I would want you to show us how will you delete all these clusters, because that is the challenging part for me.
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
See, if you see a computer, right? I haven't created a cluster. If you see one, you can just go and right click and delete it.
no, but you created one, no?
No,
That
no, not
notebook.
here, not here. I created
Okay.
one in my community edition. I think it's here. So see, this one also create like this. So I can stop. I know. I'm stopping it. This is free, right? And then you can
Uh-huh.
go and say delete.
Okay. But you
This is
created
free. I don't
something
mind.
there
This
as
is
well.
not free. So what I have to do is I have to go to storage account. I'll go to home. All my current resources, right? And then I will just say workspace and I will go and delete here. Delete this workspace. So automatically everything will be deleted. So this is then this you have to go through the like Azure some training, and then they
Hmm.
will help you all the services and everything, including how to check or how to check the costs. But as soon as you are done with this, just delete it. Otherwise, it will keep on adding the cost.
Understood. Just deleting the workspace will do it all. All the dependencies will be deleted.
It should, yeah. Now this Databricks will you have created it as a storage account, right? So I
Hmm.
can also after this deletion complete confirmation, I will go and check in the storage account.
And cancel the subscription as well, because you've voluntarily asked for upgrade.
Yeah, I will keep it. I will not use it, but I'll keep it in case in the future. Yeah.
Okay. So if you're not using, they're not charging. Otherwise, you can keep
Yeah.
the upgraded account.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's
Correct. 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 So there are multiple ways. Huh? You can create a threshold of cost. So it will give you, it will trigger or it will stop those things. So those you
mm-hmm.
can use. It's part of Azure thing. Now Databricks is different. Huh? Azure is
uh,
different. But I think you might be only focusing on the PySpark, not like Databricks. Depends on your interest.
no, but these are come in package only. No, once if I want to use something, I must know all this also. Who
No,
knows
good to know these
something on
things.
the
But
and
if you have the PySpark, you don't need Databricks. So you can have your machine, or you can create the 4 5
yeah,
machines.
I have two laptops with me, like my own
Ah,
laptop, Windows laptops. I wanted to use them as clusters. Both have graphic card well configured.
yeah, you can try. I haven't tried that, but only I did in my previous assignment where we provisioned a cluster on our own. Yeah, that we did.
Okay.
Yeah. See, now in my test resource group, there is nothing, you know. See,
Hmm.
there is nothing to delete, so everything is clean. And
So
if I
this
go
resource group is like a
group
security
of,
group.
yeah, it actually, so it actually, what is checking in the resource group. So it's nothing but you will hold things logically together. So if I create a project or something, right?
Hmm.
So I will keep my all the resources together.
Resources, as in,
Logically,
if you want to give access to something, you will mention it here only, no, in the resource group.
yeah.
That's what.
Always whenever you create a resource in Azure, it you can add it in one or different resource group. So you will see all it can be anything. Say example, I have an application, right? Front end. I can create a resource group front end, and I will whatever is resources I will create, I will put under this. It is just a logical name. It's like a logical name to show, okay, under this group, these are the resources, or under that group, these are the resources. Because the permissions also you can give at a resource group level. I mean, if you give some read permission at a resource group level,
Mhm.
automatically it will inherit all the permissions for all the resources under that.
Understood. Same thing in AWS. It is called security groups. Here it is
Security.
as a resource groups. Yes. Okay.
Correct, correct, correct. So I'll just check resource group, both resource group. I will just go ahead. Don't I see delete?
You just deleted, I think. I mean, it is under process.
Hmm, test DG, there's nothing. Delete resource group. So this way, there is nothing.
No, no, you have to get test RG. Test RG.
Test RG. Yeah, delete now. So yeah, I mean Azure is different, okay, and
Mm.
Databricks is different, and then
Mm.
PySpark you don't need both of the things if you want to just
Mm.
learn PySpark, because you can build a PySpark code and you can run locally also, right?
Yeah,
But
that thing I wanted to know. You are using PySpark. So
Mhm,
when we are using it in Jupyter Notebook, say if I'm using on my own local client, okay. So then there is this master, that is a local, okay, but
mhm.
I would like to use some other, like I want to network 2 to 3 PCs as a cluster. So how am I going to configure that? Do you have any, like,
I
anything
did it
prepared?
sometime back. I did provision some virtual machines, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
then install PySpark on each machine, and then
Mm-hmm.
designated one as master and others as worker, and accordingly we set it up. But I don't remember the detail. But you can, I think, Google it and you will be able to find it probably on YouTube or
It
something.
has its own documentation about it, no? I can read it from there also.
Correct. But only thing that since you have the blank machines and you
Mm.
are doing all the installation, so you are responsible for everything, right? The connection, making sure this cluster is up and running and everything.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
And also suppose you have a cluster, some memory and all, right? And
Mm.
tomorrow, if the workload increases, correct? So it's
Mm.
your thing, like you have to think and decide, okay, now how should I handle the new heavy workload? Because
Mm.
the current workload, current setup of machines is not able to handle. So do you need to add more machines? You have to add likewise. So it's you have to do it. But Databricks, what it does, you can
Auto
just
scale.
create a cluster with configuration, say, okay, minimum 2 clusters and maximum say 8, and do the auto scaling, correct? So that is the
Mm.
difference. So it will do it for you, just clicks and you set up, and otherwise you, but you have to pay for it. And then
Mm.
here you are doing on your own, right? That's how it is.
Um, uh, this compels me to ask, can I limit the computation? As in, suppose, have you heard about the astronomical data, like these telescopes which are installed in several parts of the planet?
Mhm,
You can connect with them. They have their own data archives. And
mhm,
one popular one is a Sloan Digital Sky project. Okay, so it
mhm,
goes by the acronym of SDSS. So
mhm,
they have like petabytes of data on their archive. Now
mhm,
if I want to somehow I want to connect to one of those database and use those database to somehow like analyze one part of the sky, okay. So I'm using 3 computers, one master, 2 workers,
mhm.
and of course this is not sufficient to handle that bigger data.
Correct.
So
Not
can
yeah.
I configure it, the program, in such a way that only, like, if I'm using these 2 workers, I invite or I ingest only that much data that I can process? Is it possible like that? I mean, or
So
am I?
you have to manually put the data, not that much. See, when you query, right, when
Uh,
whatever data you are referring in a table
mm,
example, right, or in a folder, if
mm,
you are querying that whole folder, right, and it
mm,
has a petabyte data, it will obviously crash. And
uh.
you have to download it a small data portion for your analysis
But
or
you said,
study.
but in the last video which I saw, in the introductory video which you have made the last week, yeah, yesterday, sorry. So there you said that you are not moving the data. The
Oh
data
yeah,
is.
that one. See, what I did know that time,
Hmm.
I created a storage account in ADLS, na Azure, okay? So
Uh-huh.
the data was there
Okay.
because I had an access, right? I was
Yes.
having an access because I was the owner. I kept all the data there. See,
Mm-hmm.
the use case was I'm expecting data to collect from many sources, okay? And put
Mm-hmm.
into some different folders, okay? But into one storage account. and that is residing on my Azure's one storage account. Maybe
That is a
different.
staging area basically. That is a staging area where you're collecting the
Exactly, exactly. Now,
okay.
it's a small use case, so I prepared some dummy data. But now
Uh,
for you, you have the data owned by somebody else. They will not give you like permission, right? Probably you have to just download some data and put it into some place from where you can access.
okay.
Got it,
Understood.
right?
Get
You
it. I
try
get it.
to connect through the Spark, probably the connection thing, right? They will
Mm,
not give you any connection, those things. So you have
mm,
to check with them, or you have to download some part of the data and put it, like say locally or your another storage account, and then use it as you need.
oh, I was
Yeah.
thinking maybe if I can connect to their database, I can use some sliding window mechanism. Maybe I don't know if that is
You
okay. I
can
mean,
check. Yeah, I think, but it, probably you need their permission also, right? How will you connect to their like?
no,
Just
but this
see.
technology is there. No, sliding window I can do like in PySpark.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Window
fit.
you can do, windowing and all that you can do. But I'm saying when you
Mm,
try to connect them, right,
mm,
their
mm,
some machine or resource, and
mm,
try to access some data.
mm.
So you have to see whether they have put some mechanism of like a security or anything in place, or if
Okay.
it is free and it is allowed, right? So that is the
Yeah.
only thing you have to check.
Okay.
Other thing you can do, if they are allowing you, giving, okay, okay, our we are open, take whatever you want,
Mm,
but now it's your call. Okay, petabytes you cannot do. You do the windowing or something, you know, or you
mm,
can just limit some percentage data and only act on that. That you can do many other things then. Like whatever your resource capacity now, you can then
mm.
accordingly set up actually your expectation, and only you can work on that data. Otherwise, your machine will crash. That
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. This answers a lot of my doubts today. Actually.
No, yeah, I mean, I know it's confusing now. What why Databricks? So
Mm,
Databricks, if you bring, it will add a new technology. You can say. So they are just letting you, giving you some interface so that you can just submit the things on few clicks and it will do everything for you, right?
yeah.
But another way is you have your Spark code, correct? You can create a cluster on your own. You can install and create a cluster and configure, and you can
Mm,
do. But tomorrow, if something is workload is more or lower, you have to do it on your own adjustment manually. Where
mm.
it Databricks has an ability to do it
Scale.
automatically for you.
Mm,
Then another features like scheduling, notifications, lot of things, right? I showed you,
right.
right, job, how
Mm,
you can build a new big pipeline. There will be so many hundreds of tasks are there, right? And there is
mm,
dependencies. Everything you can do very easily on the Databricks. Yeah.
mm. So like when you started working, of course you were asked if you know Databricks or Azure Databricks, or maybe you started working after that you took the associate certificate. But
Mhm.
just to be like curiosity, out of curiosity, I'm asking, like this Spark and these other uh, things like Hive, for example, they have their own language to work with, right? Like Spark
Mhm.
uses Scala, like it is
Mhm.
inherently it comes with Scala. Hive has its some other language, you know.
Mhm.
So what about them? Like, did you have to learn those languages, the syntax as well, or like is it okay to work with PySpark and you get away with it?
No, only
Like,
PySpark. Those things are not required. Python I knew. I told PySpark I knew concept everything, but I haven't worked on Databricks. But they said we are using Databricks, so you can join. You can
mm,
work on the job, right? That way.
mm.
Yeah, because
So
it's the
did you
same
change
code.
the company?
Yeah, it's the same code. You're just executing on the notebook. Yeah, but also we are writing our code in Python files, the PySpark code, and
Mm-hmm.
then we are having a pipeline which will create a build. It will deploy on the Databricks, and then we have the Azure pipelines to trigger those pipelines, trigger those
Wait,
scripts
wait,
or
wait,
job.
wait. this is going out of
Okay, wait, wait. See what I'm
this.
saying? We have a repository, okay?
Uh, uh-huh.
We build the application, okay? It has multiple Python files, and
Okay.
those have a PySpark code, okay?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Then we have a build pipeline. So whenever I make a change and I'm say, okay, I'm good, I will push the changes to my repository. It will
Mm.
automatically create a build and deployment on the respective environment, right?
Okay.
This is your
Environment as
build
in the Azure environment or the client environment?
Azure
Something
environment. Yeah, my
okay.
Azure, we have three environments, right? Test, acceptance, and production. So when I say if I push the changes to a develop branch, so automatically it should create a build and deploy the build in develop environment. Same like master, if I do, it should create a build and deploy it in production environment. Correct?
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Now this is deployment part. Now the actual execution. Every day I have a job. I want to run a script, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I have a execution pipelines created which will run the Python script. And now when it runs, it will refer the data from the storage account. Now my code is such that it knows the business logic and everything. So it get the data, do the necessary processing and writes the data back. Those things kind of thing.
Okay.
Application level, I mean.
Okay.
Hmm.
And after the processing, like the
Hmm.
Spark processing, the
Hmm.
file which you generate, is it like is it like a visualization dashboard something, or is it like just something it returns the data as such, like like a bytes, like serialized data for some other
No, we
sort of.
generally what we do know when we process the process data we write into a different container, right? Like some
Mm,
kind of a different folder.
mm,
So now it's up to the downstream application what they want to do. If there are like a business intelligence team, they will
mm,
consume that whole data and they will build a dashboard.
okay.
Or if there are machine learning scientists, right, ML scientists, right,
Mm,
they can just write have their own notebook, refer to the that location where we keep the process data, and
mm,
they will do some kind of analysis and that kind of they can do. So it
mm,
all depends on the application, huh? That way.
okay. Okay.
So our thing is that we have the data like a source or raw data, we read
Mm.
it, we do process it and write it to some other location, and then that location is available for the downstream applications to consume from.
And by processing, you means cleaning as well, like the NF, NA
Correct,
data, something like that.
correct.
It has a proper schema, not something like an unstructured or anything.
No, we do that this thing then. So then you
Okay.
are whatever your code base, right, repository that
Mm,
comes in picture. So you will write code
mm,
and that will do that job, whatever the actual code base. And that
mm.
you will execute one after another. Maybe the first script to do the cleaning, second step do the like
Feature
uh,
engineering.
yeah, those things, and then finally maybe aggregation, those things.
Acha, okay.
Hmm.
And what is it exactly called, like this life cycle? I mean, we know about SDLC, we know about data science life cycle, like the CRISP DM and SEMA, but your job also has some life cycle, no? What is
It's
it
a
called?
similar way. Yeah, we do the same thing. Like specific, not specifically. It's like SDLC only.
Okay.
Yeah. So we work with like data scientists, ML engineers. We are also a different team. So everybody has their own access and own stuff on own roles. Yeah. So now we get data from multiple sources, and
Oh,
then we do have some jobs or notebooks to do the processing.
okay.
Yeah. And then we push it to the another folder, and then consumers we give access to them, and then they can like a credit analytics in the team example.
Uh,
So they can do the necessary dashboards,
risk assessment, anything like that.
those things. Yeah, it depends on them. Yeah. If they
Okay.
want to do something and they don't have the data, they will talk to our product owner, and see how can we bring that data. So then they will be discussing, okay, which source is the one which can provide the data, and then we will see how can we bring the new data, in our
That
application,
is
because
true.
it has to bring in our platform. We will process it and give it to them, and then only they will be able to access. That's
But
all.
if
That's
the
all it is.
application does not have an interface to capture the data, then how you are going to bring it? Then the product owner is going to tell no
Yeah,
the
yeah.
developer.
That's they have to discuss and find it out where the data owner, right?
Hmm.
And then we have to see, okay, where are these, what that entity, and then how can we connect and bring the data from them. Again,
Hmm.
if they can do, then what data format, right? Frequency, a lot of things come in picture. So we will also explain, okay, we already have a setup like this.
Hmm.
So you have, can you send the data files in this format? Is it daily or monthly? It depends on business requirement.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they will also create a pipeline regarding the same, like a job.
Correct, correct. Yeah, it's now they will have to do their own thing. So first connection to be set up between the source team and provider and us, and then they will start creating pipeline to push the files every day. Now we also have a pipeline to monitor the files coming in, including the new ones. So as
Hmm.
soon as the file lands, we will pick it up and then we will process it and create a its processed folder, and then we will also give access to that new data table example, right, to
Hmm.
the team who are needing that data.
Hmm.
That's kind of a cycle, right, that it happens.
Okay.
Mhm.
And what about the challenges? I mean, when you ask someone that suppose you need data from this source and in this particular format, so are they like really resisting some? There might be some challenges, no, regarding like, okay, we cannot provide you in this format. We only can provide you in this intermediary format. The from now on, you further on, you have to take it up and convert it into your own format the way you want it. Like that, clashes happen sometimes.
No,
Or
no, there are always like open discussions, right? Like
Mhm.
how can you do this? Yeah, is it possible? Like we also have open questions. What kind of data you store? How we can get it delivered? Is this feasible for you? Because we do get expect data in say JSON format, because our application is getting data in JSON. So those all the things now
Yeah,
we discuss with the teams, and then easily we can find out the solution. It's not like it's coordination. Both have to agree on something.
right. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, here in my bank, they have very work culture is good. It's good is good discussions. They can find out the things. I mean, of course, there are challenges, but both teams have to work together and to find a common way where both are
Mm.
uh, agreed.
Agreed.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This discussion is actually very insightful, like, and answered all the doubts which I had for months. I was following several resources, but I didn't know we had a gem in our group who can answer everything at just one
Oh, yeah,
place.
like just this is coming in experience now. I mean, I'm also learning things. So if something new starts up now, we also get to learn things.
Yeah.
So now the way working here is different than US or India or other places. But
Of course.
the way of working here is very easy compared to when I was in India working for some particularly US based projects.
Is it so? I mean, like I heard that the US projects are way lighter and easier
I
in
no,
work.
I strongly say no, not lighter. It's like what we say, toxic work culture. Mostly people having, mostly I'm saying not everything,
Hmm.
probably majority of people in India also, right? The work culture, it's very hectic and that thing. But
Yeah.
here in Netherlands, the work culture is very work-life balance is there.
Okay.
Yeah, we are not allowed to
Netherlands
work on weekend. Nobody recommends. If
Netherlands is
something
in
you
like
can't do, I can
European.
do it alone.
Like even every European country has this work-life balance, I believe.
Mostly, yeah.
Uh,
I mean, Netherlands, Amsterdam, they also have very good support. Like if you cannot finish on Friday, it's okay.
mm,
Relax, take holiday. They push for taking holidays. There's not brush pressure, but they always support. See, it's like both ways, right? But yes,
mm,
that kind of push or the work culture, right? Hectic, that is not here for sure. On
mm,
weekend, I hardly open my laptop unless it's my own personal thing. I want to check and something. I don't even open
mm,
laptop. Even on Fridays after 4 o'clock, nobody's there, and nobody asks. As long as work is done, it's all good. So we decide our work to be done right in a sprint, and
mm.
accordingly we take it up. Yeah. With my
That's
experience, because I worked with like work in India, I was also in US, now in here, I was also in London. So, I mean, overall, I found in India and this thing there is no work-life balance when I was in US or when I was in India working for US-based projects
mm,
compared to here. And even I heard from majority of people in Europe there is a work-life balance. Yes, it is expensive comparatively US, but
mm.
it depends on what you want, right? Yeah.
Yeah, peace of mind is also required.
I mean, you have to choose one thing, and if I need more money, more saving, but
Mm,
then I cannot stay in Europe. Then, yeah,
mm.
it,
So
yeah.
what time is it right now there and in Netherlands?
I'm 4.5 hours behind. It's now 1:50 afternoon.
Oh, okay, nice. Sunday 150. Okay,
Yeah, but
nice,
yeah, I mean,
Yogesh.
I would say, focus on PySpark. If your it is primary is PySpark, na, those training will help you. Certification, Uh, the training which I give on Udemy also very good. Huh? I just got it in 2 to 3 weeks, and I think it is also enough. It will whatever I explained today to show you,
Mm,
na,
mm,
exploring Databricks. They will show you the different features, how to do use case, how to run. Those things are very well demonstrated with lot of examples.
right.
And then there are some practice tests also. So that will make, I think, in a month, I think you can easily get the associate certification. Now I'm preparing for the professional one, hopefully in a week or two.
Oh, there are levels. Okay.
Yeah, in the data engineer I'm doing, but then
Mm,
I'm going back to Azure. I will
mm,
do couple of Azure certification.
mm. I think
But
I should opt for something that I can use for like to pitch myself in data science roles more and more in data science roles because there is very blurred line in India, no? If you are pitching for data scientists, you also have to do data engineering, you also have to do data analyst jobs, but elsewhere I see that the role is completely defined. If you are a data engineer,
mm,
then you have these things in your scope. If you are a data
exactly, for
analyst,
us
you
it's
have these.
very clear. Yeah,
Mm,
because the kind of access and those things are very strict here. Even I can't do any scientist related things because I don't have permission. But I
mm,
can do on my own also. In a test environment, I can install libraries, but not in the production.
of course, you cannot push it. Uh,
Yeah. But yeah, we have a lot. I mean, I have a sandbox. I do a lot of things. They are learning these Azure other services that can be helpful. When I talk to architects and anything, right, that will be helpful for me for any design. I like to
mm,
do more automation. If I see something is very frequent on easily, because when I joined my current project 10 months before, in
mm,
the first week itself or two second week, I found okay, they have 30 points, 10 stories, like 15 stories, two points each. And I
mm,
said, in a quarter you need, but I will do everything in just one day. And they were what?
mm,
So I said, okay, let me confirm tomorrow on this. And then on the
mm,
same day, I wrote a small automation script and I said, okay, I told you yesterday it's one day. Yes, it's one day. And then
mm.
we changed all the 30 points to 2 points now. Then
And by story points, you mean development points or testing points?
no development. We don't have any testing. It's like a
Okay.
DevOps team, right? So I put in some automation in place, and I
Uh,
told, okay, if you we use this automation, I will give demo and everything. I don't
mm,
think we need 30 points. It's simply maybe 2 days maximum. You can finish everything. Now they were saying in a quarter, not only
mm,
full that work,
mm,
but now currently you are assuming probably a month like that, right? It is not
mm,
needed. It's just 2 days, and I just developed a small automation tool, and they were so happy with that. I like those things.
mm.
So focus on the automation, avoid repetitive manual stuff.
That's nice. That's nice. And they do they value these kind of things? Because like
Yes,
you
too
said,
much.
they.
They appreciate a small things. That gives an extra boost to do more, right?
Mm,
That's another thing, right? In India culture or US culture, I found
uh,
difference.
uh, you won't get appreciated, and the pay is also not improved like that.
And yeah, nothing. Here at small things also, no, a lot they this thing say okay, you are putting an effort. Also, they say it's good.
Mm,
So that gives actually that's what I'm saying. The work life balance is good. They seek you are putting some effort. If you're struggling, also they will try to extend help, bring somebody in. So a lot
mm,
of things. Once you finish these things like this, they will appreciate a lot. Yeah, at my also they also explicitly that taken my name to tell okay, this person has done automation excellent job, which could save so many efforts.
mm. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Encouraging.
it's all it's depends on the uh, project people also, right? It varies a lot. It depends on that.
And like if you're in the bank, suppose like you are working in a bank, so there must be different product owners also. So is it
Mhm.
like do they take a interview before you switch on the project? Like if you are working for
Yes,
another product owner, you want to switch
yes,
to some other project, there are interviews, right? So how is
yes.
it like scheduled? I mean, like do you
So
approach,
they
or
want to
do they
check.
approach?
They will really check whether I'm the right fit, not only the technical but non-technical aspect. And if they
Mm-hmm.
feel the first round they will just fitment, second round they will do assist technically. They will give you the use case and say okay, you have 1 day, this is the use case, and come up with a design and a solution in place. And then
Acha.
based on what you do, they will take your interview. Why did you choose this kind of design approach? And then some technical question. It is not so rigorous. They will try to understand only how you approach, whether you know the concepts, and how are you a good team member, your soft skills, those things. It's not very hard, so difficult questions.
Mm.
Yeah. So even if it interview, I don't feel very nervousness. Like it's just casual discussions. Yeah.
Mm. That's nice. So it's been 2 hours we
Yeah.
used from you.
No,
I
I
hope.
mean, I thought you might have a lot of questions, right? Then I thought it's better to connect rather than chatting on the WhatsApp. It will not
Uh,
be much clearer. Mm.
uh,
But
no,
yeah,
that
go through those training material.
I
Maybe a
will
week or two, we can connect back if any questions or anything. Huh? That way we can help
have.
each other.
I didn't get a interview date yet, but like I told you, like I have an interview scheduled with this
Mhm.
only, with these technologies like Azure, Databricks, and all, PySpark. So I
Mhm.
think I should get on with the studying, like how much I have
I think
learned.
we can go through that training quickly. It will
Mm,
touch base on a lot of concepts. No? It will be much
yes, I
clearer.
will. Yes, yes, I will.
Probably another question they might touch you like a Spark. What is lazy evaluation? Why the
Ah,
Spark is fast? So those things
correct.
you will get to know through that training. And
Mm,
after the training, then you can always look for Google, maybe some questions like some Spark questions.
mm.
Yeah, I think they common. They should only ask you. Should be able. They should only ask you the common questions to test you whether you know Spark. I don't think they need to go in detail unless the JD says right. They need somebody like expert like that.
I have the JD with me. I'll share you. I mean, share on WhatsApp. Do do check like just a revision, like
I
how
think Manoj shared with me. I will check. I think if it is the same one,
yeah,
so I
it is
will.
the same. Yes, I sent it to him. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Manoj shared me this morning. I will check and share with you some questions which I feel might be related to that JD. But again,
Yeah.
it varies on depends on which people or which uh, project. It depends lot varies. But I can if I am there at the JD, I will see what questions might be coming. Yeah, I will update you on this one.
Okay, okay, okay,
Okay.
okay. So, thank you.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good one and all the best, Prasun.
Thank you so much.
So thanks,
So,
Manoj. Bye.
bye, Yogesh. Yeah.
Yeah, bye
Bye,
bye.
Manoj ji.